Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Aisha Evergreen. It has been a while. I've been so busy just with summer, being a mom, life, and all the things. I am in the middle of transitioning to a new job and all of the things. So yeah, it's about that time for a July garden tour, and I'm so excited to show you guys just the growth and everything that's happened. Some good, some bad, but that's what, you know, that's what happens with gardens. We have been definitely in a heat wave. It's been very hot. Some things have survived, some things not so much. I thought about cleaning up my garden before I did the tour, but I want you to see what it is right now, raw, and that's that. You might think like, oh, it's not that bad, but to me and my standards and what I've tried to uphold, is definitely just a little bit out of the ordinary for me. But we definitely need some pruning and things like that, and you might see something new that I have. So anywho, let's go ahead and get into this garden tour. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start over here with my sweet potato bed. It's doing pretty good. My beautiful amaranth has definitely gotten much taller. I know the last video I said it's about the same height as myself. Well, it's definitely taller than me now. But basically we have our sweet potato vines there. We have the amaranth as well as some zinnias. All right, so we have some zinnias blooming. I plan to grow zinnias literally every year because they are so beautiful. I have so many different varieties. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that going and we'll go from there. Here is my second sweet potato bag, and then I also have some beans in here, and hopefully I could harvest while I give you guys this quick tour. Here I have my eggplant, and it looks like there's an eggplant that is actually ready for me to harvest. So let's go ahead and do that. Here it is. I'm gonna put it in my little pocket right there. All right, so my borage has fallen over, y'all. It's fallen over and it's dying. I think the heat is certainly getting to it. Now, a bunch of the flower heads have fallen down to the ground, so I can expect to find a ton of volunteers next year. But eventually what I'm gonna do is prepare for fall, and I'm gonna start by pulling this borage out. And or I'll maybe let the bees enjoy it a little bit longer. I don't know, but I'm thinking of pulling it out and going ahead and starting my borage tea. So basically making my own fertilizer, and I'll have a little story about what you're gonna see in a moment as well, what I'm doing with some fertilizer. So yeah, this is my fallen over borage plant here. Oh my goodness, look at that huge bee. I don't know if y'all can see that in there. Oh my gosh. So we're not gonna get too close, baby. Don't get too close to that, okay? So we have our cosmos, our moringa. I have not been harvesting from it as I needed to. So some things are turning yellow, some of the leaves. I need to go ahead and also fertilize this area. Then I have some hydrangeas in the back there, as well as my loofah. So loofah is kind of going all the way over there. So let me go ahead and, so here guys, I have, ooh, some ants on the loofah. But my loofah is here. I'm gonna do something about those ants. We'll see what happens. And we have a flower on it. Those ants are a bit disturbing though. Thank you for harvesting those tomatoes. All right, so over here we have my shallots. I'm not quite sure when to harvest these things. They said when they lean over, so we'll see what happens when they lean. I've just been watching them closely. Then we have a Cosmo here that hasn't quite bloomed yet. Oh, and just so you know, I don't quite know where I'm gonna put my loofah, so it's just kind of going wherever it wants to go right now. All right, so this is the mess that I was telling you guys about. I need to come in and prune these tomatoes. Like, look, they are everywhere, and I'm just gonna kind of reach in and get some tomatoes, harvest these while we're out here. But it's certainly very unruly, and I'm gonna need to do something with this. So yeah, so we got our super sweet 100s here, And then on this side of it, we have the yellow pear tomatoes. In this bed, I forgot that I popped in a random patty pan squash. So we got some patty pan here. I actually harvested one from here and it was actually pretty cool. So that's that. We have some more zinnias, a sunflower. I thought I planted 2 in here. No, I moved one. More zinnias. I've been trying to, as one of you guys suggested, go ahead and chop them or harvest them so that it could bush out more instead of being this tall. Like, they're pretty tall. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, I may come in and harvest this one. But yeah, I have plenty of, I'm gonna grow these every year. Like, the super sweet 100s are everything. Like, I come out and I harvest from these every single day. I'm so excited. I even have a ton of yellow pear tomatoes to harvest as well. So I'm really excited. I was hoping my husband would kind of come over here and reach for these tall ones for me. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. So I'm not very tall, so I do what I can, and I'm just kind of putting everything in this little sack thing that I got from Shein. So yes, for Shein. All right. So just on the other side of this bed, it's just some flowers and tomatoes that I'm gonna have to come up and just clean up and prune, because I'm just afraid of like there being disease and things like that. So with just work and everything, the transitions, I have been super busy, but I'll get on it. Again, here is my very wild, beautiful mess. Let's keep going. All right, so just through the jungle here, then we have some other things, and I want to walk through here, but guess what? Somebody is not letting me. Let me see if y'all can see him. Oh, look at him. Look at that. So we're just gonna walk around today. We're gonna give the spider its space, because spiders in the garden aren't necessarily bad. But yeah, that's that. So we have my roses. They're doing very fun. They're doing okay. I know in the last video I said I would move them. I haven't gotten around to that. They've just kind of been hanging out here. And remember I told you that I stuck a random pepper plant in there? Well, that pepper plant seems to be doing okay, because we have 2 little buds here and it looks like it's gonna be a bell pepper plant. So I might end up moving it. I don't know. We'll see. I have several of them everywhere, so it's okay. Not that big of a deal. We have okra here. This is marigolds. Some are dying. I need to come in and let the, well, actually, no, I'm gonna collect the seeds. So I'm probably just gonna let that sit there so it can go to seed and I can save them. Then we have some more salvia, some smaller pepper plants that I was trying to salvage, celosia, chives, and then also some beans over here. And the smaller pot, we have more zinnias. Oh my goodness, I harvested my cactus zinnia this morning. It was so beautiful. I didn't know I was gonna record today, because I probably should have left that one, because it's just so pretty. But here we have this, and this is what I mean by taking one of you guys' advice in terms of coming out and making sure I cut the zinnias. If they flop over like that, I don't harvest them right away. So I'm gonna let this one sit a little bit, probably like another day or so, and then I'll come out and chop it in hopes that this will bush out some more. Then in this bed, which is my main bed, look at this, guys. Let's just take a quick moment to appreciate the beauty there. All right, guys, so let me step back. This is my main raised bed. It's the biggest bed that I have. So in it, we have a hodgepodge of the things. So we're gonna start on this side. In the back, we have my pink flesh tomatoes. I have about 8 on there right now. I'm super excited. They have not begun to blush, but I'm gonna give them their time to do so. I'm not gonna rush it. As long as I don't have blossom end rot or cracking, I think I'll be, or splitting, I should be fine. Then again, we have my zinnias, and it's so interesting how they grow, because this only had this level, but then I left it, and then this level, or this came first and then this came second. I don't know, but it was not this big. So I love that. But look how tall it is. Like, it's huge. So excited. Then we have more celosia. I have some peppers down here that I will need to harvest as well. here we go. Put it in this pocket because the other one is full. More marigolds here. I have back in the back there, I have eggplant there. This is some basil going to seed, and honestly I have so much of that it's okay. I have purple basil here as well. All right, y'all, so as I was looking in the bed, this is what I found. So either something ate it or something ate it. So this is what I found in the bed. Either something ate it or something ate it, but this pepper is not even in this bed at all. It's actually over in one of my smaller beds, but this is what we got here. So we're probably gonna have some volunteers because the seeds seem to be missing, so I'm just gonna throw that back in there. More beautiful celosia, which I absolutely love. There was a bee on it, so I'm just gonna make sure I stay out of its way. Here is that other one of my bigger pots that I was telling you about. Guys, please excuse the dog, it's my neighbor's dog. But I have in it more zinnias, a smaller sunflower, a ton of beans, and then this beauty right there. It's just such a joy to look at the sunflowers. This one isn't nearly as big as the ones that I have in the ground, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with her. Like, look at her. She's so beautiful. So, yeah, so this is my little grow bag with sugar baby watermelon, as well as some type of squash. I don't know what type of squash. Actually, there's something growing right there. If y'all know what that is, let me know, because I truly don't know what that is. I really don't. Usually I could tell from the flowers. Look at that one. Let me know. I grew so many different types of squash. I have literally lost count. All right, over here I have my cucumber. So y'all remember my twin cucumber beds, and they're pretty much identical, but we're gonna go through each one. So in this one we have my chamomile, and oh my gosh, look at this. It smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of this while I'm talking to you guys. I have my cucumbers, and if you don't recall from my first video, I have the pickling cucumber, the straight 8, as well as the muncher. Now usually around this time of year people start to go ahead and sow more seeds for cucumbers, but I have been blessed to you know, be able to harvest so many different cucumbers literally almost every day. And even today I'm seeing one or two that could be, you know, pulled from the vines right now. So I'm not gonna go ahead, I'm not gonna worry about starting more. Honestly, last year when I began gardening, I only had about let's see, probably 2 cucumber plants. Yes, 2 cucumber plants, and that produced well until the end of the season for us. So by the end of the season, we're kind of running out of different ideas on what to make with the cucumbers other than pickles or just eating them fresh and things like that. So it's truly a blessing. It's a good problem to have. But yeah, I'm just kind of at the point where I don't feel as though I will be harvesting, or I'm not harvesting, but starting more cucumber plants. Then on the side here, I have also some bell pepper plants here. I harvested one the other day because it was pretty small, and I think I might end up doing the same thing with that because I just feel like it'll encourage growth, because I haven't received many bell peppers yet. And then this is also this is a sweet pepper, and it's starting to turn, so I'm excited to see what happens there. But back on this cucumbers, look at that. That is I don't know if that's a stink bug or a squash bug or what, but doesn't belong there. My okra is doing fine. I was able to harvest one okra off of this one, and then another off of the other plant and the twin bed, which is over here. In this twin bed we have the amaranth here. It's my second one, and this is really huge. I have to try and push it back over here, if I know if I tie it up it'll be fine, but it just kind of keeps falling over. But it's huge. This particular bed is not producing as many cucumbers as this one, and you can clearly see the difference in terms of the number of flowers there. So you have, this one is inundated with flowers, it's all over, and then this one not so much. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that when I went out of town to Florida, there were a couple of cucumbers still on the vine that I let sit for way too long. So I don't know if it just kind of felt like, oh, its producing days were over. I don't know, but yeah, so I went away from Florida, and this particular, well, really both of the plants, well, beds, basically both of the beds began to there was some powdery mildew, as you can see on one of those flowers, or not flowers but leaves over there, as well as over here. Honestly, it just looked pretty bad, so I tried like clipping what I saw and spraying a little bit of neem oil to see if I could save it, but I really don't know. Again, I think, you know, we're basically in the middle of July, so I'm okay with eventually getting ready to just pull these up because they are not looking great. I have another okra plant right there, and that's the other one that I was basically saying that I was able to harvest from. But yeah, so this bed is identical to this one, other than the fact that there is a squash plant here, and as you can see, it starts here and then it goes all the way around and then back around right there. I was able to harvest literally just one table squash. It's black acorn squash, and I'll see if I can post a picture of that, but the squash vine borer definitely got to that. Like, that's definitely the works of a squash vine borer. So we're just gonna let this thing just ride out until it's done, because I'm going to eventually start planning for the next season. So that's okay. Right now my main focus would be my tomatoes and peppers and okra, basically everything else. But I will say that I did actually start another succession of squash, different varieties, but I want more squash because we love squash in this house. So we're just gonna try to go ahead and get some more squash going. So that's that. Let me see if I can go ahead and get in here and get these cucumbers. So here is this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my little cute little basket. Well, it's not a basket, it's a belt that I got from Shein for $3, y'all, $3. But anyway, and then I thought I saw another cucumber over here somewhere. Yeah, it's very prickly. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Let's see the size. I guess I can go ahead and get this. But yeah, I have so many cucumbers in like these not Ziploc bags, but they're like these freshness saving bags or whatever. And yeah, so many. Like, we've truly been blessed with cucumbers this year, like so many. So yeah, now over here, y'all remember me telling you, let me back up a little bit, it might look a little different because I bought some bricks for another project and that didn't work out, so I ended up, my husband and my son just lined them up right here, and it looks cute. And yes, you see my little greenhouse. Oh my gosh, we're not gonna get too much into that. That's my greenhouse. I'm still working on it. I will have a separate video to cover that, but let's go ahead and just go ahead and look into my little jungle of things here. I have my sunflowers. They are leaning over, and it's not just mine because I drove past the sunflower park not too far from my home, and their sunflowers are also leaning over, so it's not mine. That's just looking sad. These, I did not know that cosmos got so big. Like, oh my gosh, that's huge. Look at these things. Cosmos. I have dahlias there and there. Again, you know, I told you gophers and pulled up the other one's, child, but that's that. And then I told you that also I have peppers, and these are the biggest pepper plants that I've ever had. And honestly, these, I have called myself leaving them on for a while to see if they would get change in color, but they're not. So let's go ahead and take them off. I think we got about 4 or 5 huge peppers, and what I've been doing is dehydrating them. And if you guys would like to see me do a video on how I do that, then I would love to show you. I'm new to it though. I'm not a pro at it yet, but I can show you what I'm doing. But I will say that, oh my gosh, just smelling what is that, peppers and garlic, because I did harvest my garlic a few months back. Just smelling the dehydrated peppers and oh, I got one. Look at that. Peppers and garlic. It just smells so good in the house. But I will tell y'all, if y'all don't have a dehydrator, baby, they can make your house very, very warm and toasty. So just be mindful of the time of day that you choose to oh my goodness, my little basket is running over. The time of day that you choose to dehydrate things, because yeah, it could get pretty hot. And I have a pepper down there on the ground. I think I'm gonna just leave that one there to volunteer, because I don't know how long that's been there. And look at this dang on bug. I just saw this bug fly over here. Look at him. That don't make no sense. Just let me be, okay? So anyway, oh, I got another pepper down here to get. Let's go ahead and grab this one too. So this, look y'all, look at my little basket. Anyway, so outside of the greenhouse, I have I believe these are some more teddy bears, sunflowers. Just love those. Want to see them again. That is a bottle that had water that needs some more. I just stuck the suckers in there for my tomatoes. Cosmos, more zinnias. On the side of my greenhouse, there is literally no strategy behind what I did. I just had to put this over here. So just some rosemary. My little drip pans, they're still going strong. As you can see, my flowers are doing just fine in them. Still very beautiful. And there's one more thing I want to show you guys, so let's go ahead and go into all right, so over here, y'all, oh my god, the sun is in my face. Here we go. This is where I have my little my little watermelon patch. Now I told y'all that it wasn't gonna be pretty, okay? But someone as I think his name is Skinny Boy Randy Gardner. I love his channel. He's so funny to me. But he said you ain't gotta be pretty to be productive, and that's what we got. It's gonna be productive. It ain't too pretty, but that's okay. It's doing what it's supposed to do, as you can see. So this is my black diamond here. I have one here, a couple back there, and then this is my Congo, and I'm not seeing much action from it. And I was hand pollinating, and I still will if I get the opportunity. It's right there in front of me. But for the most part, I've decided to just let nature have its way. Okay, and just give you guys a quick little span of everything that I have going on. I absolutely love coming out to the garden around this time of day. Oh, this is what I meant to show you. Okay, so when I said that I was making some fertilizer, basically what I did was I trimmed these tomato plants, and then I just put the clippings in here and then some in the water bottle, see what happens. But I just kind of let them dry out in this little bucket, and then it rained and it filled it up with water, and I didn't pour it out. I let it sit like that for a couple of weeks, really, and occasionally when I see the water getting low, I just come back in and fill it back up. This is actually rainwater in there. But I poured it in over my bed because my corn was turning like a neon green. Like, it was just yellow. It was just not exactly getting the nutrients it needed. But baby, I took that stinking water, which was filled with nutrients. It was very smelly, but I took it and I poured it on top of my corn. And guess who has some corn coming in? Sure do. I'm so excited. Like, oh my gosh, we gonna see what happens, y'all. We gonna have some corn. We about to have some corn. You see it? I'm so excited. So I only have about maybe 6 or 7 plants in there, I believe, And this is my first time. Yeah, there's a huge spider back there, whatever. But I'm excited to see what happens. This marigold is just too big. It's falling over. I didn't even know they got that big. Like when I said in my last video, I didn't know that they got that big. I didn't know they got that big. It's almost a tree, but it's okay because it looks like some kind of bug is attracted to it. I don't know if they're dead, what, I don't know. And then this is amaranth here that the beetles been eating on, and they said that that's a good catch crop, and clearly it's catching the beetles over there. So yeah, that's what we got, y'all. This is my garden. Sorry that it's just not as pretty or as neat as it usually is, but I have been so busy with everything else. And once I hang up with you guys, once I finish this talk with y'all, what I'm gonna do is go in and do some with these tomato vines. So many different suckers. It's just completely overgrown. I'm surprised that there hasn't been any disease issue over there, and I'm grateful for that, but I need to clean it up. Like, I gotta clean it up. So let's go ahead and review the quick things that I harvested, and then I am going to see you guys later. All right, y'all, so I'm all done. And again, remember I said that I got this little thing from Shein, and I was actually intending on just wearing it in the garden, just to have like my tools and gloves and things like that on me and have somewhere to put my phone. But when I was recording, I decided, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start harvesting and put my little stuff in here. So it's so cute. It's, you know, pretty sturdy, child. I paid $3 for it. That's it, just $3. So anyway, I got a cucumber. Let's see, we got cucumbers, we got peppers, we got a ton of, some smell so good. Peppers smell amazing. We got a ton of tomatoes. You know what, I'm gonna go and get a basket. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and get a basket that's not too far, that way you can see everything. Y'all, so it's been so good talking with you. It's been a while, and it feels good to touch bases with you, considering that it's been a couple of weeks. I need to get back on it, but since I'm getting more acclimated with my job, same role, same titles, just different location and everything, I think I'm at a good spot to get back into my peace. Like this just brings me peace, being able to be out in the garden, be able to talk to you guys, to hear the birds, to be able to harvest, to be able to plant, to be able to sow, to be able to teach my kids. So this just brings me so much joy, and I hope that you got a kick out of the things and you enjoyed my garden with me. I do apologize that it isn't in the best condition right now. It isn't in the ideal condition that I would usually keep it in, and I'm about to get on that right now before it's time to just kind of get settled and ready to go to work again and serve my patients. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And if you haven't checked out any of my shorts, please check those out as well. I know that we get so busy in life. I know that I do, at least. So I try to keep you guys at least engaged through my shorts and everything. But if you'd like to see any other content, like dehydrating process, or what I do with the excess harvest and things like that, or even garden cleanup, just let me know, and I will work on, or aim to record the next time. So until next time, guys, be blessed, stay hydrated, and have a great day, y'all. So this is everything that I was able to harvest during our tour. I think it's pretty good. It's not too bad. I'm satisfied with it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these prepped and everything. I like to hydrate it, so my goal is to be able to make my own pepper powder. This looks like it probably got some damage on this. Let's see. Look at that. I'll do something with it. It's fine. Probably put it in the compost bin. But yes, that's my little harvest. I'm so excited.